Okay, how's everybody doing today? My name is Kent. Channel is Bitcoin Believer. It's December 5th and it's about 1:05 in the PM here in San Diego, California. And what I have on screen before you is the price of Bitcoin, 47,731 and 63 cents, up another 4.7% today. So the title of this video was Everything's Crashing Next to Bitcoin. And why is that? Why is everything, crashing next to Bitcoin? Bitcoin is unique. Never anything in the world has this anything ever happened like this. By the way, I'm live. Comment section is open, and I will cover some stuff that was talked about yesterday in the comments. So the reason why Bitcoin is doing so well is because it's not affiliated with any other organization, entity, country, or sovereign state. It is belongs to the world. It's not. There's no corporations. There's no politics. There's no countries. There's no presidents. There's no dictators. There's no social group that controls Bitcoin. Bitcoin is controlled by miners that are using energy to create Bitcoin, literally by solving problems to create the next Bitcoin. That's mining, of which I was going to be having very quickly, which is going to squeeze the price even higher. So Bitcoin is going up because it has no agenda. It has nobody that we can look at and say, hey, look, look at the Chinese. They've got a problem with manufacturing. Look at the United States. They got a problem with mass, inflation or debt. All these countries have a problem, but Bitcoin has none of that. It's unique. It's free. It's unencumbered of any of those problems. That makes it's something that people are they're flocking to right now, because Bitcoin is its own unique thing. It's its own unique financial vehicle. And the other thing about Bitcoin, which, if you haven't figured this out by now, Bitcoin is literally, well, first of all, it's transparent because it's a blockchain that anybody can see. You can watch the transactions. I'd bring them up for you right now, but every time I do that, people start to think that I'm going too deep into cryptocurrency, but you can watch the blockchain transactions on Bitcoin. They're live. The other thing, they're done by numbers and hash, so you don't see, anybody's details, but you can see the actual transactions taking place. The other thing that, I want to talk about is a lot of people have been very negative on Bitcoin. One of the people that have been very negative on Bitcoin is this guy right here. And the reason I know this guy, or don't know him personally, I don't think I've ever met him. Maybe I have. I can't remember, because I went to the University of Nebraska, Omaha, which is just a few blocks from his house. And when I was a student at the University of Nebraska, this guy would come over to the campus from time to time, either do guest lectures or something. We're talking about early 1980s. You're looking at his house right now. His house was literally a few blocks from the campus. I'll show you where the campus is at. Campus is right here, University of Nebraska, Omaha. This is where I went to school. His house is on Farnham Street. Let me see if I can find Farnham Street. Yeah, right here's Farnham Street. So you can see my point, right? Where that's Farnham Street. So Buffett's house, I think it's it's right in this area right here. I think it's right on this intersection. So here's Buffett's house, and right, where's this? This is the University of Nebraska at Omaha. This is where I went to college. So I literally was just a few blocks from Buffett's house as I was going to business school at the University of Nebraska. So I wish I would have bought his stock back then, but I didn't. But anyway, let's talk about Buffett, because he's always been a big anti-Bitcoiner. So right now his stock is down today, $3 or 32 $3,270. Today it's down. It's at $539,250 per share. And the reason why it's so expensive is because he never splits his stock. He just continues. Like when I was going to college at UNO, it was $500 a share. So you can see how much appreciation there has been over the last 40 years. But anyway, it's 5,320. That you can see the price. Okay, it's down 0.6%. But the thing I want to show you about Buffett, because he's called Bitcoin rat poison, and of course, when I saw the he's almost probably 100. It's funny, when I saw the founded 1839, I thought maybe that's when Buffett was born, 1839. It seems like when Buffett was born. 383,000 employees. Wow, he's got a lot of employees. So anyway, he's down today. Bitcoin's up today. Bitcoin has a market cap of 885 billion, and I think Buffett's um, market cap. Let's see if I pulled it up here a little bit ago. Let's see if I can find it now. Anyway, let's pull up the market cap of Warren Buffett's stock, Berkshire Hathaway, if I can find it. Oh, right here. So the market cap of Berkshire Hathaway is 773 billion. 773 versus 855 billion. So Bitcoin's surpassed Buffett in market cap. His company, the Bitcoin's bigger than Warren Buffett. The Oracle of Omaha, the guy that's telling you for the last however many years that this is poison. By the way, I've walked by this house a million times. I've never seen anybody in that house. I've never seen anybody live in that house. That's what you're seeing in the screen right now, that house. That's the way it always looked. That's the way it looked when I was going to school in 1983 at the University of Nebraska. It looked just like that. I mean, nothing's changed about that place. And he brags about how he's got this really modest house. $31,500 is what he paid for it. So he feels like he's, this has been, there's actually a car. Usually you don't even see cars sitting in front of there. I think this is just a prop house for Buffett. I don't even think he lives there because it's pretty close to the university. They claim that he's got an office down in Omaha and stuff like that. Like I say, I'm from Nebraska. I went to school a few blocks from where I probably saw him on the streets. I mean, they got to realize this is the early 80s. Nobody knew. At that time, he wasn't as famous as he is now. I probably saw him walking around, saw him on the streets because I was in that general vicinity, that Dundee. Let's see this area right here, University of Nebraska. This little Dundee area, Dundee Den. This is a very popular area. And of course, he was 40 years younger back then too. He was probably going out and maybe he'd be around. So I probably, saw him at the grocery store line, or if you shop groceries at that time, or did something. But I probably saw this guy. And here he is today, one of the richest men on the face of the earth. And he's been bagging on Bitcoin forever. And this is what it was yesterday, 41,731. Today it is 43,731. So we're up $1,000 in one day. Was that 1,000? Let's see what that was again. So this is crazy stuff. Yeah, 41,731. How did I time that? 43,731. We're up $2,000. Oh my God, $2,000. Wow, in one day on a Bitcoin. Unbelievable, people. I just don't know what to do. I mean, what can I say? Can I, scream, yell, loud, whatever, compare it to anything else? I don't know what I can do. This thing's going higher. I knew once it breaks 40, it's going to run to 45 really quick. And I think it's probably headed to 50 very fast. And I think there's no putting the brakes on this bad boy until we get to all-time highs, which is 66. So max is, what's max on Bitcoin? 67. So I don't think any brakes are going to be put on until 67. And I got to laugh about this guy, Larry Fink. Got a good name. He's probably just dying right now because he's got the ETF and the Bitcoin screaming right now. And he's got the ETF ready to come about. And all these appreciations are coming about right now. So Fink is probably ready to pull what little hair he's got left out, because he can't get this thing done quick enough, because you got a lot of people that are, let's see what the Dow's doing today, the Dow Jones Industrials. You got a lot of people that are looking for returns because they need big returns, and we're down on the Dow, a little bit down. So everything's going down except for Bitcoin. And basically one of these days, everybody's going to notice this, and they're going to say, hey, I better jump in. And at that time, the price is going to get squeezed and squeezed and squeezed till the price is going to get higher and higher and higher, to the point where you're not going to be seeing the returns that we're seeing right now. Last time I was in a bull run, it went from 5,000 to 66,000 or 67,000. Right now, we started bull run probably about 30,000 is when this thing really started taking off. So if it goes up 5 times, 150, 160,000, pretty easily. By the time this is all over with, I'm not saying it's going to happen really quickly, but pretty quick. We don't know how high it could go. You got a fixed supply. You got an incredible amount of demand. You have people on Wall Street that want to push this, and you got investors that want to buy it. And the reason why I think it's going to go a lot higher, a lot quicker, is because of what you're seeing right now, is these 5% jumps a day. And we live in an economy where when you have inflation that really isn't being publicized, or no one knows how much inflation there really is, and they see their bank accounts being basically melting away like ice cubes, because of the fact that the price of money keeps getting devalued because the buying power of the money. So when they see these 5%, 10%, 20%, 30% going up every day, every month, every few months, they're going to say, I got to get into that because my mutual fund or my basic stock or my Berkshire Hathaway just isn't paying back what I need to have in order to keep up with what things are costing, things are buying. And that's just a simple formula. People do that in their mind all day long. When you go to the grocery store and you go, man, a year ago I went to the grocery store and I spent $100. Today I bought this pretty much the same thing and I spent $160, or $150 or $140, whatever it is you're buying. I mean, I go to the grocery store and it's like, God, I buy a few things. I walk out, it's $100. It seemed like a year ago, 2 years ago, when I went in, I could get in out of there for like $50, $60. So they're seeing that and they're going, hey, I got to get my investments. Plus you got a bunch of people that are getting ready to retire. I'm one of them, and you got to live off the income that you have made so far. If that income isn't really keeping up with inflation, then you can't retire. You've got to keep moving. And, that's kind of my boat. You got to keep moving. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going, because there is no rest for someone saying, hey, I just got some investments that I put away for my life. And now I'm at that point where I can just retire and not have to worry about money because I got enough coming in from my investments. I'm good to go. And that's not happening. That's why people are looking for things like Bitcoin, because they want that, that 5 times their money within a very short period of time. So that's what's going on. So probably keep this one a little bit short today because I was on a call today this morning and I needed to finish that call up. So anyway, yeah, this is the max chart on Bitcoin, and we took the big dump right here down to 16,000. I thought it went down to 15, might have gone down. It's kind of hard to tell exact numbers on this graph. Now we're on another one of these things. So this is the last time this happened, and here we are again. I would expect it to do this again. Go from, actually the lows were down here around 5. Right here's 5, and then head up to 67. So we could go bigger this time because we got institutional investors now, and we got a more broad audience. The other thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about El Salvador, because I made a video about him the other night. You got 2 countries out there. You got El Salvador and Argentina. El Salvador decided to go with Bitcoin as their currency. Argentina's going with the US dollar. And I said, hey, how's that going to work out for both countries? We can watch it. We can watch it day to day. El Salvador is now in the black. El Salvador Bitcoin investment in the black, says President Bulky, whatever, how do you ever. So, and they even bought in at the high. I mean, they bought in at the very, very high a few years ago when it was around up in the $50,000 and $60,000. They started buying in, but as time has gone on and it went down, they bought in. They've been averaging in, and now they're in the black. So, how's Argentina coming? Well, I don't think the new guy's even taken over. So, I don't think they have established their currency yet, because he hasn't even taken over. The new guy, the guy with the big hair. This guy right here, Argentina. Well, this is the dude right here. He's the guy that's going to, Javier, the big hair guy. He's the guy that's going to bring in the US dollar as their currency. So we'll see how Javier does next to this guy right here, Bulkelly, or I don't know how to say his name. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. The other thing I want to talk about real quickly is I had a comment yesterday from, let's see, let's go back to the, from Vito. check out BAL. I did check that out. I think I pulled it up on the chart. Right there. So this, I think what you're referring to. So this is the max chart on this is it's gone down. So it's like EOS. This looks like an EOS chart. So I'm not sure what they do. But I just looked at the numbers. I don't know. What are they do? What are they done today? They're down today. So I don't think I'd be interested in this one unless there's something going on that I don't know. But anyway, I check it out because people leave a comment. I'm more than happy to look at something. So that's what this is. I'm looking at that. And so far, I don't have any comments today. And if there's anything else people want to add, I'll give you a few minutes and then I'm going to sign out of here. And in the meantime, Bitcoin just continues to run. Everything's crashing next to Bitcoin. Appreciate you watching.